don't care much about that, but for me, that was a big thing. And so this year, she's like, how much money you want? And I was like, I don't want any money, you know, you don't want, she says, we'll get you a gift. I said, fine. And I said, you know, even if I did want money, all I would do with the money is donate it back to the school so they could use it to finally get that stupid bent up roof fixed. We all have a love-hate relationship with that roof, you know. First time I came here, I'm like, what's the bent up roof? And they're like, well, that signifies a turn-in page. I said, where I'm from, it signifies a bent up roof, you know. You remember the snowstorm we had February 14th? It's huge. I was snowed in up at my house in Elmore thinking, God darn, finally that bent up roof is flattened out. I'll bet you $10. I come here and it's still bent up, So for Mr. Dwayne's first year, I made him up a bent up roof t-shirt. Can you imagine the money that went into making that bent where it could have been like flat? And then I just have to be like everybody else, and the valedictorian is a gentleman. Where are you sitting, buddy? Okay, I got you a hat. I know this is kind of de rigueur. From Duxbury people, that means routine. He's going to speak later, and then I got the girls. I got the girl, the salutatorians. I got one, they got a little slinky top. Well, no, one of them can have that, and one of them can have this, so. South Burlington, I read, Dwayne probably read this, South Burlington and Burlington, they're doing away with the valedictorian and salutatorian. They're like doing it as one, and I don't want to do that. I think you should be recognized for good achievement, but I also think if you're going to recognize the top scholars, you got to recognize the person with the lowest grade point average. So who has, come on up here. Come on, you with the glasses, do you? Come on up here, wait. Oh, come on. What's your name? Adam McGee. I got $15 for you. He's the dumbadictorian right here. Don't worry, buddy. Adam, he's smart enough to know that about the dumbadictorian usually in 10 years returns to his alma mater as principal. So good for you. All right, good for you, buddy. You gotta have a lot of nerve to put your hand up. I mean, come on, that's good stuff. Who's got the lowest grade? Well, I do. I worked hard for that. Hey, what a great community. Like, they were talking, the girls, great speeches and great song too, but they were talking about the community a lot in their speeches, and it's a great community. I agree with Hannah. Those of you leaving the comforts of the small community, when you get out there, you're going to hear people say, you're from Vermont, where's Vermont? And then others will say, you're from Vermont. I have found this, Hannah, very much. You're from Vermont? They look at you and they go, man, are you lucky? You know? Well, people know your name, you know. They know how you do. Last time someone told you they were from Topeka, you didn't look at them and go, you're from Topeka? Man, are you lucky? You know? People know your name, that's good. People, that's community. They know your parents, they know how you did in the game the night before. It can be a drag. You go to the PNC, you got to talk to like 15 people, it takes you 10 minutes to buy a box of Pop-Tarts. But you might miss that in Topeka. Some of you are sitting there though and you're saying, yeah, Rusty, everybody knows my name and everybody knows my business, I don't like that. I say, if you're conducting proper business, who cares what they know? What you want to do is never worry. Here's a good one that you want to, this is a good one. Never worry about what people think. Do not listen to what people think about you, you know, and I tell you, you wouldn't have to worry about what people thought of you if you actually knew how seldom they did. So, you know, wherever you're going, involve yourself in the community, and create, if you are going, for me, the most Life's greatest joys come from human relationships, not from nice cars, a lot of money, or, you know, career success even. From human relationships. And of course, again, you don't need to be hearing this stuff from me, but you asked me to come here. I'll tell you a few things I think are important. I suggest if you're going away to another community, or even if you're staying here, to create your own small community beyond those people who you are normally attracted to. Beyond your classmates. Get to know the cafeteria workers. I mean, get to know them. Get to know the people that own the corner store near your campus. Get to know the homeless people that sit out in front of the corner store. Literally. I would say take time with the homeless people. Sit and talk to them. Look them in the eye. Listen to what they have to say. Engage them. Ask them a question about what they've said instead of going on to what you think you want to say. It's difficult to do that in life. Few people do it well. But if you can do that, you'll remember what they said and you'll learn. Especially, this is a good one here for a lot of people, especially do this with old people, like not my age, grandparent age old people. Two reasons. First reason, you'll learn more about life talking to some grandparent age people every day, if you talk every day to them, than you will all 4 years perhaps about life in college. The second reason is many cultures hold their old folks high up on a pedestal, you know, they're revered. Our culture often casts old folks aside, even us. Pull out in front of them on the road, you know, that old guy, he's never going to make it. Push in front of them in the feelings you're feeling today, when you get out of here, it's a good day, one of the best of your life, right? Old folks, think about it. Their minds, they don't have too many of those left. It's difficult to be that age. So take time to put time to older folks. It'll be good for them, it'll be great for you because their history, you know, they're walking, talking books on tape. Forget about the internet. Get on www.highgrandmom.com. And listen, it's amazing that a lot of old people here. It's amazing that they've lived 70, I mean, you're kind of young, I'm kind of young too, hopefully, relatively speaking. It's amazing that they live 70, 80, 90 years. That is a miracle. But it's not half as amazing as the fact that we often cast them aside. So be kind to all people, obviously, especially, I would say, which doesn't come naturally, old people. You know, you read in the old people, it's probably not even politically correct to call, aged? What is the right word? Yeah, numberly enhanced, or just somebody just swore right now. Oh, it's graduation time, so you've been reading in the paper that the speakers are often quoted, and they usually say something like this. Hey, class of 2007, now you head out into the real world. Senior class, you're our future. You hold the world's future in your hands. Well, that's a bunch of baloney. I don't believe that for a minute. That's undue pressure. That's speak. That woman there, she holds the world's future in her hands too. Tomorrow she heads out into the great big new real world that you head out into, and guess what? It's not that great big new and real. It's the same thing that you've been heading in. You know, if you've done a good job up to now, keep doing the same stuff you've been doing. If you haven't been doing a good job up to now, make some changes. And you know if you haven't been doing a good job up to now, because a little 4-year-old kid heading to the cookie jar when they're not supposed to, they sneak. So if a 4-year-old kid knows right from wrong, certainly we know what right from wrong is. And if you don't know, get some professional help. Because no offense, senior class, but you don't hold my future in your hands. So I'm all set. Thank you very much. But that's undue pressure. You hold your future in your hands, but it's serious though. It's very serious lot. And what a great opportunity you have as far as career these days, career choices. I say, when choosing something that you want to do for your career, choose something you love. No kidding, right? But more important, pursue it with a great amount of will and discipline, because talent will, listen to this, talent will only get you so far, maybe nowhere. Everybody in this audience is more talented at something than everyone else. I don't care if they got bad grades or they got great SAT scores, but more than good grades and good SAT scores, what you need to be successful and talent, what you need to be successful is great amounts of will and discipline. Most all the successful people I know in my life, not just career success, but just in life in general, aren't the most talented, smartest, or the slickest, or even the best educated. What they are is they're loaded with more will and discipline. You know what I mean? You have loads of talent, very little will and discipline, nowhere. Little or no talent, loads of will and discipline, you'll go further than you can imagine. If you have both, a lot of talent, a lot of will and discipline, then you're like Michael Jordan or something, you know? Or Tiger Woods, or Martha Stewart. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you, so it just came into my head. Paris Hilton. We all have different feelings about her, but some people say, I wouldn't necessarily say this, I don't know. Some people say she's not very talented. I'll tell you what, she's got will and discipline, man. She is out there pumping it. So but anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. It's easy. It's easy to manufacture that will and discipline. Easy to manufacture that will and discipline if you choose something to do for a living that you love. Well, people have been saying to you, you know what, you ought to go into, you're smart, you're in the valedictorian thing, you go to computers, you know where the money is, be a doctor, do what your mom and dad did, they're in this business. Listen to those folks, they're trying to help you, but keep searching regarding your career for what you love. How will you know when you found what you love to do for a living? I say choose something for a living to do, but if you lose it, if it were taken from you, you would mourn it. You'd feel sick, you'd feel awful, like a farmer you see on TV or in the movies. They feel when they lost the farm because they love it. That's the passion you're going to need to have for the thing that you do for a living. It's the passion that dictates the way, again, we'll generalize, use the farmer, the way they work their fields and they care for their animals and their machines. The passion that dictates the love of what they do, and you know what, they love it and they do it all the time. Here's a key thing, this is a good one to do. Start tomorrow, I'll give you today off. If you think you've chosen something that you may do for a career, this is a good. Do 5 things every day to enhance your abilities at that thing. 5 things every day. Like if I want to be an actor, one day I'll see a movie, write a poem, read a play, practice memorization, workout. 5 things. If you do 5 things every day to enhance your abilities at the thing you may choose to do for a career, by the time you get in the office interviewing for that job, you will know more about that job than the person who's giving you the interview. And that's a great free feeling to have, because that person's loaded with talent, but they have no will and discipline. I want to talk about something here, just really quick. We've got a few more things. Why are you people leaving? Where are you going? They didn't even graduate yet. I'm going to wait till you come back here. 2 boys and 2 girls, they're going to go out and play grab ass together right in the back. I swear to God, that's where it is. Now you come back here. People pay to see me, man. Now, poor Dane's, he's sweating like a... Honesty, here's the deal. Now, see, what that was is honesty. People say, and you've probably heard it, it's impossible to be 100% honest 100% of the time. They say sometimes you just have to lie. You gotta lie, you gotta lie. I don't know about that, and I won't pass judgment on that, but what I do say is it's not impossible to make a supreme effort to be 100% honest 100% of the time. You tell a lie, easy. The end, hard. You know this. Hard to tell the truth. You may hurt somebody's feelings, you may lose a friend. If you lose a friend because you've told the truth, it's not much of a friend anyway. You tell the truth up front, it's going to make things easy in the end. Even those little piddly white lies we tell, like for no reason, like, hey, we had 5 inches of snow at our house, like we had 8. You're lying 3 inches worth. What the heck is that about? Well, that gets us into habits of thinking lying is good. You know, don't deal with dishonesty. Challenge yourself to see how often you can step up and tell the honest truth. Live within the truth in all things in life. Like I said at the beginning, you all know what you need to know at this point. There's just more life experience to come. You are no less smart or intelligent than anyone in here. You know right from wrong. Live within the truth in all things in life. It's difficult to do that. But if you can do that, make life easy. 2 more things. Health, priority. Make it a priority. It's difficult these days. We're very busy, like the girls were saying, but that doesn't mean every day you're working out 2 hours a day. That means proper nutrition, rest, and exercise, and be consistent. That's the key. Of course, you're saying, no kidding, Rusty, all right? But how come few of us do it? You got to beware because, man, we're all medicated. You watch the news, drug commercials. They're literally, legally pushing drugs on us. The people out back there in the sun, they're going to need some Botox. But aside from that, I mean, you got every drug. You know, when you're a kid and you're wild, I was a wild kid. They didn't pump me full of stuff. I didn't have ADD. I was just a wild kid, man. Watch out, coffee, soda, all that stuff. My father died at 93 years old, never took any medication. He was lucky, but also he was smart. So take time to put into your physical health now. Don't think because you're young you shouldn't, because a couple hours put in, hours put into your health now add up to many fine years of good health in the future. Here's the last thing. You've heard this before, but you're going to hear it once more. You asked me to come here. This has been something throughout my life that has been a boon. I'm 100% sober. I always have been. I was 15 years old. I had a couple beers during play rehearsal, and I went home. I couldn't eat Sunday dinner because of it, and I said, you know what? If that's how that makes you feel, I'm never doing it again. It's 15. I ain't drank since. You look at me, you think, he drinks. He drinks. He does all sorts of stuff. I don't do drugs, don't drink. Now, you talk about peer pressure. You know what most people in my life, throughout my life, I'm 46 years old, said to me when they literally find out I don't drink and don't ever drink? They go, you don't drink? No, I don't ever drink. You don't ever drink? Really? Good for you. I know, I'll talk to him blue in the face right now. In an hour from now, some of you guys are going to be halfway hammered, man. I know it for a fact. There's people in the audience that are hammered. We laugh. I don't love you less. I love you more. I do know this. No one's ever come to me and said, Russ, my life was going along really crappy, but now I'm drinking heavily. It's great. You get the point. You're at a sensitive time when you're talking about long-term life choices, so just be very responsible if you do include that in your life. It can be done, but it's difficult to. There's a house on the hill on a day like today. The sun comes up and the sun shines into the window of this house onto a face of a guy about my age. I mean, he's in bed. The first light hits him and he feels it and he opens up his eye kind of and then he shuts it, pulls the covers up and he goes, oh, another day. Same house. Different window. It's a 4-year-old kid. It's his kid, So the light comes into the window of that room and it goes across the kid's face, and the little 4-year-old kid sort of opens up a little eye and lifts arms up in the air and goes, oh, another day. It's the fundamentals, man. It's create yourself a good community, involve yourself in it. Treat all people well, especially old people. Choose something that you love. It's hard to find. To do for a living and pursue it with a great amount of will and discipline. Be honest, be healthy, and if every day you can get up in the morning with some semblance of that first light coming in and you kind of wake up and you just go, oh, another day. Because some people don't have that opportunity. If you can do all those things halfway decent, I guarantee you, standing here right now, you will not fail. It's simple. It takes work. You'll have failures and tough times. But with that foundation built, you will not fail. And I'm your friend telling you that, and I guarantee it. So thanks for having me, and I'll see you later. Also be kind to short people.
Thank you, Rusty. That was just great. I'd like to introduce Diane Phillips, who is our choral director and director of our music department, and she'll be presenting the diplomas today.
begin, we would like to thank Michelle Bolesky and her company Petals for the generous donation of flowers for today's ceremony. I would also like to announce that the presentation of diplomas will be by Mr. Scott Mackey, Mr. Robert McNamara, Mr. Dwayne Pearson, and Mr. Gene Berthium. Will the first two rows of graduates please stand? And the graduates are Christopher Abbott Cook, Trevor Stephen Audette, Eric Michael Badger, Pamela May Badger, Scott A. Baker, Christopher Peter Borowski, Samuel John Bates, Andrew Joseph Bell, Ian Thomas Bennett, Jonathan Blake, Matthew J. Blake, Kelsey Julia Bolesky, Caitlin Angelina Warnock, Helen R. Bauer, Caitlin R. Boylan, Christian D. Brink, Christopher Taylor Brooke, Andrew A. Brooks, Jordan Porter Brownlee, Megan Barber, Hillary Kane Byrne, Samuel Cady, Brock E. Chadwick, Amanda Jo Clark, Timothy Robert Clark, Cordelia Zurita Pluitt, Samuel Robert Coffin, Roberto Andres Cofre, Casey Scott Collins, Whitney Blair Como, Gabrielle Alexandra Condit, Amanda Brooke Connolly, Kylie D. Copeland, Iris Elena Davis, Adam Joseph Demar, James Cafferty Dillon, Laura Ann Dillon, Bryce Lauren Douglas. Tyler P. Dunster. Kimberly May Durand. Dylan Clark Edlin. Jean Marie Eldred. Scott C. Emmons. Harley E. Arama. Martha Ann Evans Mungin. Trevor James Ford. Adam Jeffrey Fuller. Michelle Ann Fuller. Elizabeth K. Gardner. Jennifer Gardner. Josie N. Gardner. Marie Gardner. Sarah W. Gilbert. Justin Elliott Gilman. E. Claire Goodwin. Jonathan Howard Grace. Ryan J. Brandfield. Eliza Benton Graves. Eric E. Green. Jody L. Griffith. Jonathan Gilbert Griffith. Emily Bennett Gross. John Patrick Bardino. Emily Faye Hackerson. Ashley Irene Hanlon. Michael Andrew Harden. Cole Jeffrey Haskins. Zachary Joseph Hayer. Emily Marie Hebert. Elizabeth Marjorie Hewart. Reginald Ethan Hill. Caitlin Horgan. Sean Horgan. Justin Huber. Jesse D. James. Ethan Nina Joy Kalantari. Elizabeth Grace Kennedy. Brooke Dion Kendall. Ryan Anthony Coe. Anna Michelle Lambert. Matthew Michael LaRock.